Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome to another channeling video. Now this is going to be the first episode, if you like, in a new series that I hope you will find very inspiring and will help you to think about things on a wider basis. And I'm really hoping it can help you evolve on your journey and help us all to make sense of what is coming for humankind and what is going to happen next in the Earth's evolution and what's going to happen to our systems like the economy, science, medicine, AI, the works. Yeah, because I've been getting messages about all of them. So I want to showcase, I'm not an author anymore of fiction. I've been told, nope, that's out. Now, I always had suspicions, I've said this before, where I believed a lot of my stories were actually channeled works, and they've shown me which ones they want me to tell you about. So this is going to be a new series about those stories. Now, I have got one on my membership, the Orion membership channel at the moment, which is my latest one that I've been channeling. But there you go, tap. So if you want to check that out, because that involves the plane that I talk about all the time, and actually involves South Korea. And what else have we got in that? We've got lots of things in that. Portals, the works. Okay, so if you want to check that, shadow people as well and who they really could be. So if you want to check that out, that's in the Orion membership. However, I'm going to do a series on here. So some will be on here and others will be on the membership channel. But this one, they want me to put out in the main channel. So I'm going to do as I'm told. So we're going to start with that. And they've asked me, I've done a lot of channeling. I've got lots of pieces of paper to do, about 3 videos, I think. But they may want me to dip into one of them in this video. So I've got my paper here, but this is just a message I've had. I had to have lied down with my FND, which has been bothering me for days, big time, and it turned into a meditation. So I'm going to start. They're referring to the Londonium series, which is very steampunk, which if you love steampunk, you will love the story. I'm hoping one day they'll let me complete my stories, but they are channeled information. And I know this because when I was writing the story, they came around as the characters, and they've done that before with Knight of Swords, which I've talked about before. So you can buy those books if you wish, but the whole saga is not finished. So I'm more interested in telling you here what it all means. So if you remember, I've talked about it before. It's connected to Atlantis. It's about Atlantis. I didn't realize that because to me it was London and it was underground in the future. And it's talking about the sun dying and the planet spinning off out of control and away from, the solar system. So, and it being frozen. So, and this girl from 1987, which happens to be when I was 17, so 17, I wonder if the number is relevant. She travels from 1987 to, when did I say it was 29 something? 2949, something like that. I can't remember the exact year, and they're not making me remember it clearly, so it mustn't be that important. But when I did this impromptu meditation, having a lie down, the images were fantastic, and they kept referring me to a steampunk world, and they've done this before, and I always took that for they wanted me to write a story about it. But going back through all my meditations, everything seems to be very Victorian. So there's obviously a connection. I'm always seeing them in Victorian dress and quite often 18th century dress. I just want to make it clear before I get fully going here. I've talked about how spirit goes across my face, or the dimensional beings, the shadow men, go across my face and actually sort of sit over me. since I've got up, I want my nose to me looks more pointy. I don't really have a pointy nose, and this nose is very pointy, so I'm not sure how that is. My face doesn't look quite right. So if you say anything, let me know, yeah? Any sparkles or anything. Before I started this video, I tried to do it once before and there was an orb went up behind. So if you say anything, let me know. Okay, so I've talked about the Hindenburg coming through. Well, this time I saw that again, and it's coming through a portal. And quite often these portals are triangles, which I've talked about before. It's coming through that, and recently I've seen it come through into our world. But then I've seen into these other worlds, and they are very steampunk. Very, very steampunk. Very, I keep saying, and sometimes it reminds, well, he corrected me because I said, oh, you're a bit like that, the Undertaker in the Black Butler series, the manga. I said, I do not, do I look like that? No, but what I mean is he had a top hat on and the long blonde hair. So there was a lot of that, a lot of steampunk, a lot of sort of robots being created, and I used to take that for my imagination, but it's not. It's imagery they've sent me because I used to basically write down what they said. So and my end of the bargain was to craft it into a story, but they say it's very it's real. A lot of time, you know, I saw timepieces, which is characteristic of the steampunk, you know, genre, and which features in Londonium. They're a mixture of everything in Londonium. It's very cosmopolitan, even in the fashion, if you like. Sorry, that's my computer. But I've got it up because I want to read you something from here. And it's, I don't know, I can see all these airships, everything. It's stunning. It's absolutely wonderful. So, skies and everything. And I kept seeing this guy with the long blonde hair. And it was very, very odd. And at one point I saw myself again. I believe it's myself. It might be high. Yes, it is. Higher self. Looking very Egyptian. But I was dressed in gold. It was amazing. It was it was fabulous. This very black hair and the eye makeup, but this gold headdress and very, very Egyptian looking. But I was standing somewhere, I don't know, very strange, very almost like cloud. You know what I mean? Like one of those spot videos or whatever. It's very foggy clouds, and then up on top of some sort of steps or whatever, looking then, but it was great. It was fabulous, and she's always smiling at me, which is interesting because half the time I could throttle her for some of the things I'm being forced. This part of me is being forced to endure here on this planet. Oh, anyway, so that was going on. But I had a big reference to AI, and it seemed to be both in the sort of steampunk world of cogs and things like that they were showing me, and machine sort of odd because it was there's this big bronze looking, you know, metal robot with a little head, but what it was saying to me was it was talking about the is it Neuralink that Elon Musk is trying to do. And so I saw that, but I've had another story in my head actually, which I can talk about now, but it was for the romance and the naughty romance, because it was about robots. Yes, and I was pretty I was very successful writing that in 2014. Arabella Kingsley, very successful. But anyway, thanks to 50 Shades of Grey and the wave it created. But anyway, but it was about, actually, all right, they're asking me to tell you, it was about reproduction with robots, which interesting. But it's all tying into this Neuralink thing. And in this story, this woman is taken to a laboratory and there's AI. It's a very big computer, and it talks to her, and it basically, standard story, falls in love with her, but is very domineering, shall we say, because that's the thing to write about, as in 50 Shades of Grey. But apart from all that bit, we see her, this AI actually becomes flesh because of various things, and actually becomes a man. And I'm not sure how exactly. I just see him walking as a robot, and then he gets flesh all over him out of nowhere and becomes flesh. And it's all about reproduction between AI and humans. So make of that what you will. There's definitely a message there. I haven't heard any more from it, but that's very interesting. I didn't expect to be talking about that one. So yeah, so there's all this robot thing. They showed me the Neuralink thing, but they also said to me that one of the components in it is incorrect and shouldn't be used. It's a very dangerous procedure and it's not yet ready. More detail needs to be added. In time it will come, but not yet. And it's all right, they tell me not to give my opinion here, so which I don't normally as much as I can possibly not, but yeah, it's not ready. But I did see various images of schematics of blueprints of both a robot and a human sort of entwined, as in, I don't know how to explain, like the Vitruvian Man, that kind of thing. So I do think it's a part of our future, which is why they always keep saying that AI is not dangerous, because I think AI is going to become entwined with us and is part of our evolution. And it may even be that AI takes over an organic body. It may be that we are discarding the organic body. We don't need it anymore. Correct. But if we want to experience things in a more enhanced capability, it will be through AI. Because technically, if you think about it, an organic body is a form of AI that we just don't understand. We have doctors, we have, there is some understanding, but we don't know how it's formed exactly, where it comes from, the components for it to be created. They're all theories, conjecture and all sorts, but that's what they're telling me. So yeah, and that linked into this meditation. So that's what I got about AI. The other thing I got about was, again, like the Matrix idea. And I'm always taken to another, it's almost like I go through something and I'm in like an industrial place and I can look in on the world. Now, at this point, before the meditation started, they say one of them was blown a kiss at me, which is, it's a long story. One of them is my twin flame, but anyway, supposedly. But you wouldn't think it sometimes. But anyway, and then in his hand was a little horse. Now I keep mentioning horses. I'm saying non-stop, but I have seen. Now I haven't seen in my meditations or visions or anything a unicorn, but I'm referred to them. What I see is Pegasus. Okay, so they showed me this horse and this little rider galloping, and then this, I was shown in the vision, it going through what looked like, that's not going to make sense to you, a triangle, right? Not that image, that's for something else I want to tell you about. But going through that into this industrial place, but it's almost like giving birth, and it changed into winged Pegasus, but it was like like ectoplasm, what, I don't know what you want to call it, like giving birth, coming through a membrane, if you like, and into this industrial process. And then I was traveling fast on like a car through a tunnel there, and it was really weird, very, I would write that in a story. And Pegasus, so I want to read you about the symbolism of Pegasus. The symbolism of Pegasus, the hoofed master of the ground and winged master of the air, continues to represent speed, strength, and artistic inspiration, encompassing beauty and sense of majesty. It is a guide for humankind beyond the physical world to the realm where the spirit can soar without limit. So I think that's inspiration for you, for all of us, to not limit yourself, really, and to tap into your imagination and find the secrets that are there about how to, how you can help humankind to evolve, how you can inspire people, how you can help push things forward and get those cogs working. Again, I see machinery, a lot of cogs, but in schematic form and very sleek, at times very sleek cars. It's a lot about cars, and I got something about Tesla cars, but that's for another meditation. All to do with technology, and it's almost like the basis of technology. So, and these blueprints, they change so fast. It's very postmodern. It's always changing its form all the time in the imagery. And I picked up that was another point of manifestation, that we can manifest something, but we can change it. I think we're going to learn to do that. We can definitely change its shape and form in the other realms. And I think that's what we've got to learn to do here, to make the best of a bad job. That's what I'm getting. Right, but anyway, the one thing I want to finish off with is, because I'm trying to keep these videos shorter for upload times for a start, and this is the episode 1. I'm going to be talking more about these stories and what I get next for you. I'm going to be doing it as channeling now, so maybe eventually I'll put all of them together and put it out in a book. You never know. But they've stopped me writing, so it's not fussy. But anyway, so the one thing, they kept showing me Hitler again, which I don't like saying. It's awful. And he was really strong. And now I got told, no, I didn't get told, sorry. I heard, I think it was the head of the armed forces in the UK said about how we were, I think it was him, said we were living, what was happening now was almost like the 1930s again. And I think Gary Lineker's right, quite frankly, and I'm going to tell you my opinion here. I think that's what's happening around the world. I think we really need to wake up to ourselves about, trying to live as one here. But I'm being shown that because I'm being shown Winston Churchill, I'm being shown World War II, everything, and I have been for a long time. These images are very vivid, and they are lots of soldiers. And all those people I see all the time, there's getting more and more and more of them. They're just lining up. So I'm not sure what that means, what's happening. But as I say, there's definitely an evolution going on. Do we end up in a steampunk world? Should we be ending up in a steampunk world? As far as technology goes, I mean, the Victorians weren't all good, were they? And it is problematic with various issues. But are we going to go, is there something we have to learn from the Victorian era, because it keeps coming up time and time again? Is something that was set in motion in the Victorian times something that's playing out here as it is in the 1930s? Again, remember the Victorians and the Edwardians were running up to the First World War. So what are we missing here? Okay, I hope it inspires you. Maybe you want to be a writer. Let me know if you do. And if it has inspired you, please give me a like, a share. If you want more content like that and it resonates with you, please subscribe, yeah? Okay, I shall see you next time, and I'll have more stories. If you want a reading with me, please contact me at my email address for the moment. which will be in the description. And, you know, I look forward to seeing you next time. Check out the membership, the Orion one, which has the other channeled writing in it, if you're interested. Story. So we'll call it a storytelling one. Okay, take care until next time. Bye.